Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. And today this is more of a retrospective type of video, which I'm going to be looking over my Jurassic Park Analog Horror series and explaining the lore of it. Now this is going to take a while because, with everything going on in my story, it's pretty hard to explain, but I recently thought of, a thing to tie it up with the Synergy Biotech's new arc, and the Matthew's disappearance arc, and the Biorex arc. So, yeah, this video is going to be in the lore of those arcs. And it's also going to bring the older and the new analog horror videos I've got together into one big story. So, with that out of the way, let's get started with the beginning. Oh, guys, also, editing Blake here. I forgot to put in DX's arc as well, but that's going to be included in the video as well. So, yeah. So, with all of those interruptions out of the way, let's get started! Getting into the grand scheme of everything, my Jurassic Park Analog Horror videos were mainly inspired by Rustico, and if you don't know who that is, then please leave this video immediately. But just to refresh your memory on who he is, Rustico is the Jurassic Park Analog Horror creator, and he's the one who kickstarted this entire channel in existence. But it didn't start with Rustico for me. It started with Dino Diego's video, covering about 10 videos of analog horror Jurassic Park related. And that's when I realized that Jurassic Park Analog Horror was a thing. And that's why I started this entire channel. I thought, I could get in some of it. But then I started to create my analog horror videos. And as you can probably tell, they're bad. They're horrible. They're extremely bad. I don't even want to talk about their lore because how bad they are. But I will get started with the more explained video, which was, what was it? It's been a very long time. But that one Baryonyx VHS video I put out, if editing Blake could put an image there. But for those who don't know what the lore of that video was, basically it was in the style of an orientation video about explaining about how to survive a Baryonyx attack. And at the very middle of the video, it starts to cut out, and then it shows some text explaining that many people killed themselves because of these dinosaurs. Now, what's not explained is why they did this. Well, the reason why they did that, it's because of InGen's fault. Yes, I know, very corny villain type thing, but hear me out on this one. InGen are freak of natures in my analog horror. So, for those who don't know, the Baryonyx was specially engineered to give hallucinations to the onlookers, and that's why it was never showed in any other Jurassic Park Analog Horror video. It was because this Baryonyx specifically basically took mind control of the onseekers, and in 1800 hours, yes, see what I did there, 1800 hours from Jurassic Park, but I'm getting sidetracked. But, they would cause them to kill themselves or commit suicide, as the video was intending. And, yeah. And don't forget, InGen did this, but what you guys don't know is that I'll be explaining in the second part. That is, after the incident of Park Baryonyx security safety tape or whatever, InGen started taking notice of these incidents, thought nothing of it, and covered it up to not lose money and not get the insight of John Hammond. So what they did here was, because John Hammond was paying the people who were doing this, and mind you, he had no idea that any of this was going on behind the scenes of InGen, and they kept getting paid, and then greed, power, and mostly money got to their heads, and they started to do more devious deeds along the years. Like, for example, alarm identifications video for my Jurassic Park and Log Horror series, that was explaining on how to identify certain alarms in Jurassic Park. But then it cuts to flashing imagery, I don't remember. But then it shows somebody in the kitchen of Jurassic Park being jumped by 2 raptors. Yeah, InGen let those raptors inside the kitchen because that man was secretly telling John Hammond about everything that was happening. But unfortunately for him, he died, and the incident was covered up by some type of field operation. And then John Hammond was very, very, very skeptical of InGen. But then everything started to go to hell in the Viorex arc. What the Viorex was basically a hybrid between Ultimasaurus and Giganotosaurus DNA that InGen stole from Biosyn, and they started to make a highly powerful monster with it, under the influence of money, of course. And they even brought other people into the project as well, without any permission from John Hammond, of course. But then they started to get away with more and more incidents, covering up more and even more stuff that InGen did over the years. And then the Viorex was released into the restricted area of Isla Nublar, never to be seen ever again. But even if it was put in the restricted area, people were still going to that specific area, and they obviously lost their lives because on how powerful this thing really was. And they unfortunately, all of them died, which was very unfortunate. But what I'm trying to get at here with this entire Viorex arc thing is that the only reason why they created it was to kill people. And I'll show you the real truth in the truth of InGen. The real truth is that InGen was a normal biogenetics company that worked under the fleet of John Hammond. That is until Biosyn started to rear their ugly face at John Hammond's work. And then Biosyn started to take InGen's work and people hostage. In exchange for their lives, they would be paid from Biosyn like $500 to release chaos on Isla Nublar. Many people were influenced by the money, of course, but then a lot of people got their lives taken by Biosyn because of their loyalty to John Hammond and Dr. Wu and all the other people at Jurassic Park. They wanted for Jurassic Park to open, but the people who got influenced by the money started doing all of this. And the people who were not taken hostage by Biosyn started distributing the tapes to warn everybody about Biosyn's doing. But you're probably wondering, why the hell isn't Biosyn's name written all over the VHS tapes then? The people who were influenced by the money intercepted the good people's work and started putting flash imagery and a bunch of horrible stuff in it to uncover the truth. And they basically wiped out all of Biosyn's name in it for them to make more money and to cover up that Biosyn was doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yes, it's very stupid of me to end it like this, but I think this video has gone off more than it should be. So, as always guys, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later.